Hey, what's going on? So today I want to tell you why you should start to use or go back to using energy inefficient light bulbs. So there's all this talk of saving the planet today, and I love the planet. I'm all for saving the planet, but not at the expense of my health. And one of the reasons you want to switch back to energy inefficient light bulbs is because energy efficient light bulbs, so LEDs and fluorescent light bulbs, they're really not healthy for you. And they're missing a major frequency of sunlight or the light spectrum, which is red and infrared light. And if you look at the spectrum of a bulb, and in this video I'll add some images so you know what I'm talking about, but if you look at the spectrum for both LEDs and fluorescents, there's a lot of blue, there's hardly any red, and there's no infrared. Now, one of the reasons incandescents and halogen light bulbs are inefficient is because a lot of energy gets converted to infrared light, which you can't see. So that's considered waste by lighting companies, and all this big green movement also is like, hey, we're using more electricity than we have to, and we got to save the planet. But here's the deal: that infrared light that they cut out of the light bulb is actually the healthiest part of the spectrum of light for humans. And I've got my near infrared bulb right here behind me. This is my desk over here, and I'll have this shining on me lots of times throughout the day. And in my apartment, I don't have any LED light bulbs. Well, I'll take that back. I have some red ones. I don't have any of the standard LED light bulbs or fluorescent. All of my bulbs are either incandescent or halogen. And the reason is because that frequency of light, and I'm going to share another image here, but that frequency of infrared light penetrates very deeply into your body, and it actually penetrates right through your skull. So in that image I put up, it's an image of a brain, and a brain has all these folds in it. And surrounding your brain is cerebral spinal fluid, and that acts as a light tunnel. So the infrared light goes right through your skull into that cerebral spinal fluid, and then that acts as a light tunnel getting into your brain. And what those frequencies of light do is they reduce inflammation, and they also help with regeneration. So your cells in your body are always regenerating. A lot of your brain cells need to regenerate. There's a whole branch of medicine behind this science called photobiomodulation, or low-level light therapy. But here's the deal: if you go back 100 or so years ago, a lot of us had jobs working on farms. Today we spend 90% of our time indoors, and when we're outside, we're getting those frequencies of very healthy light from sunlight. But today, very few of us are getting those frequencies. If you go back to when I was a kid, and I'm going to date myself a little bit here, we didn't have LED bulbs. They had fluorescent bulbs, but nobody really used them. We actually had one in my kitchen, but for the most part, people didn't have a lot of fluorescent lights in their homes. Most people used incandescent light bulbs, and when we had incandescent light bulbs, we still got a natural indoor source of infrared light, not only to keep our brains healthy, but those frequencies penetrate all of our body. So they penetrate to your heart, your liver, your stomach, all of your different organs. One of the ways to have really good gut health actually is to get infrared light on your gut, because that penetrates all the way into your gut. And that's actually really good for your microbiota, or your colony of bacteria that live in your gut, and keep your gut healthy, help you with digestion, help you have good immunity, and help you do all these different things. The fetus, or the amniotic fluid surrounding a fetus, acts very similarly to cerebral spinal fluid, and that actually delivers these frequencies of infrared light to a developing baby in a mother's fetus. So do yourself a favor. There's a whole lot more reasons why you want to get rid of energy efficient lights. This is one biggie, and that reason is you want to be giving your brain and your other organs a constant source, or at least during the day, of near infrared light. It's going to keep it younger. It's going to keep you healthier. You're going to perform better. You're going to be smarter. These frequencies of light also, your body also uses them to make ATP, which is your body's biological form of energy. So your mitochondria, they use electrons and protons, but they can use those photons get converted, that energy from the photons from light gets converted into electrons, and your body uses it to make more energy. So it's worth the extra cost. I know incandescent bulbs are a pain, they blow out a lot more. Halogen actually lasts a little bit longer, but do yourself a favor, invest in some of these energy inefficient light bulbs. Get yourself a near infrared lamp. Very helpful. When I read at night, I actually use a smaller version of this, which I got from a pet store. So if I want to read at night, I've got all the lights off, and the only light I have is infrared light, so it's not affecting my sleep, because blue light also messes with melatonin. So I'll get more into that in another video, but just wanted to leave you with this very important reason to ditch your energy efficient lights, go to energy inefficient. Your brain's going to be a lot happier, your body's going to be happier, and you're going to be a lot healthier. So I hope this helps. If you have any questions, leave them below, and I'll see you real soon.